everybody set? All right, that's good. Troy, you're good. Mike, you're good. All right, we have Alexander Doost and Quali Conley. Any questions for the student athletes? Justin, go ahead.
Alexander, when were you told that you were going to start against Utah, and what did that game mean to you?
I think it was in the middle of the week, and it meant a lot to me. Like, I had a chance to help my brothers, step up for the team when they needed it. So it felt really good.
And what do you think has been the biggest improvement in your game over the last year?
I think my physicality and my confidence while playing. Before I was very hesitant with my game, but I think now as I've gotten more comfortable, and especially since I've gotten snaps, I've been more sure of what I'm doing.
Troy, kind of going off of that, since arriving here on campus during the off season, and then to this point now starting, what have you learned throughout that process that has helped you get to this point?
There's a lot of obstacles, a lot of adversity, and sometimes in the moment it's a little too much. But you kind of just lean on the guys you have next to you, and honestly, that's what helped me the most, especially the O-line. So,
Brian?
Quali, I think you were targeted 8 times in this last game, and much more than any other game in the passing game. How important has that been, and what have you been able to do to make sure that you're making the most of those opportunities?
Most of the plays were just check down reads, so Noah was going through his progression and just checking down to me. But I was just making sure I'm like a valuable option to Noah. So I'll do my protection and get out, make sure I'm there if Noah needs me.
Yeah. Now it seemed like most of those were to the side. What is the approach there? Like, do you have to try to avoid that you're not too close to the sideline so that it makes for like an extra defender?
Yeah, that's when you run routes to the sideline, you can't be too close because like once you catch the ball, you step out and you got right there. So just giving more space to the sideline to have like space where Noah could throw you the ball like high, low, or anyways you can catch it and get yards.
Jason?
For Alex, is your natural position guard, or did you play tackle previously?
I played tackle at when I was at Northwestern, but when I got here, I got moved to guard. And thinking more about it, I think naturally I just fit the guard spot.
What is the biggest difference for you, and kind of what is that transition like between positions?
Honestly, the transition is just, I think more pass game wise, like less on an island, more in between things.
Justin?
Alex, how's it been working alongside guys like Josh Baker and Jonah?
Oh, it's awesome. Those two are another reason why I've had a lot of improvement. They helped me a lot, especially during the game with calls and stuff. I was pretty nervous my first game, and they kind of gave me advice. They helped me chill out and make the right decisions.
And then Quali, the running back room, obviously guys are missing. What's just the message and the mindset for that group moving forward?
Next guy up. At the end of the day, Speedy redshirted, personal reason, but he gives us a great scout team look. But next guy's up. We can't just harp on what Speedy did because it was best for him, and just we have more backs. Kedrick, got Brandon, Kid, and Luke. So just next guy up.
In what ways has Big Red improved?
He became more mature, I say, and getting used to the offense. And he just every day he just wanted to learn more about the offense. He wanted to be more involved in the pass game. So that's how he improved.
Brian?
Alexander, before you got into this role at the right guard, I think most of the time you were out there was that sixth offensive lineman. How different is that approach than being part of just the regular 5?
I'm sorry, could you ask that one more time?
Just how different is being that sixth lineman to being like in a regular spot that is, since it's an extra guy that's on the end of a tackle, how different is that?
I think it's more like you just have to be prepared for anything. So when they call you in, you just have to be, when they call you in, it's obviously a very important situation, like they're in short or goal line or something. So just making the right decisions in that moment and just being very valuable, like knowing why you're there.
Jason?
What do you guys both see from BYU's defense?
They very disciplined on film, so we just gotta make sure we just fix our little mistakes we had last week and just try and play a complete game.
Matt Atkins said you guys kind of relish going on the road in that environment. What is it about playing road games that you think kind of gets you excited for that?
But we talk about it like this whole year. The harder the game is, the better we play. And I felt like going to like Utah, like the fans was loud. There was a good team. So I felt like the harder the game is, the better us as a team play.
Quali, what impresses you the most about working with Matt Atkins and just kind of his play calling abilities?
I'll say he's a tight ends coach, so I feel like how you explain this? So being a tight ends coach, like he understands like the box, I say. So like we have more 12 personnel and stuff. So I feel like just he includes the tight ends more in our stuff, and I just feel like that's good for our offense.
And then question for both, give us your perspective of Kean's touchdown against Utah.
It was amazing. Just off of the scramble, he just finding work and just being in the right place at the right time, just a game changer.
It was awesome to see, like especially in such obviously it was a hostile environment. A lot of people were at the Utah games. It was loud, so to see that happen, like to us, for Kean to make something happen like that, it was super cool to see. We're all super excited for him.
And then, you guys lost to Kansas State, and then you had a couple weeks preparing for the Utah game. You guys are getting right back in the mix. How did you guys handle the adversity of the loss, and how do you think that experience can maybe help you guys bounce back and get a win?
After we lost to Kansas State, we just took everything back and just started all over again from like day one. We just make sure we fix all the little details, because at the end of the day, details is what hurt us versus Kansas State. And I believe we had a bye week, so we just worked on details, and make sure like we know what we're doing, and like all the other options along with the same play. So I feel like we just dived more into the details more than anything.
I feel like it was like a learning experience. Like K-State was a very good football team, like very disciplined, very physical. So I think we kind of just had to raise that up when we got back to practice. Like practices recently have just been a lot more physical, like a lot longer, and I think that's really helped us.
Last question to Brian.
Alex, on the plays where you're having to pull, are you running to a spot or to a guy?
To a guy.
To a guy, okay.
Sure.
If the guy ends up not being where he's supposed to, then what happens? Like if they change, are you supposed to follow that guy or?
Kind of figure it out on the run. If he comes in, I stay with him. If he tries to box it, push him out. Kind of depends on the situation.
Got it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.